Hello there, back here again for Southeastern 14. I am Nathanael Rutherford here with another great interview with a new Lady Vols transfer. This time was with Avery Ace Strickland, who is from Tennessee, from Knoxville, coming from actually Pitt, and you're coming back to Tennessee. So, Avery, thank you so much for joining me.
Of course, I'm so excited.
Very excited to have you on here. You and I have been trying to do this for a little bit, and both our schedules have gotten in the way. So, very happy to be able to get you on here. Well, Avery, I'm just going to start off with saying, welcome back home. What was how does it feel to be back home in Knoxville to come back to a school that I'm sure, grew up watching and a lot and probably watched a lot of Lady Vols? Was that part of a big appeal for you to come to Tennessee?
Of course, like any Knoxville girl knows what it means to be a Lady Vol, and I knew I've just been around the program my whole life. That's my dream. I don't know if you guys saw in the commitment post, but there's a picture of me in my Lady Vol little shirt, and
Mhm.
I've always been on fire for the Lady Vols, and the fact that I get to be back home and play for them and be around my family is just amazing.
So I'm assuming you probably did do a visit before you committed, but
Yeah.
if you didn't, okay. So what was that like? What was the visit like? Being able to talk to the coaches, see the campus again. I'm sure it's a campus you've been to before, but what was it like being able to talk with the coaches and how did that visit go out?
Yeah, so I live 15 minutes away from campus and very
Mhm.
so I've been on campus. I've seen the things. I went to camp. It's just it's not new to me, but it's definitely okay, now it's real. And I had a good year at Pitt, so I was really excited. I wanted to enter the portal with things going on. And Tennessee reached out to me. Obviously, Coach Sam called me on the phone, and I'm just okay, this is cool. And I really love Tennessee, but I also wanted to see what their plans were for me. Also, I didn't want to just go because oh, you're a hometown girl. That's really exciting. That's a great opportunity for me, but also I have to keep in mind my career because I want to play professionally and I have all these goals as well. So I think when I went on my visit, Kelly and the whole staff just made it apparent to me that they have a plan for me and they really want me to come in and help the team. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, that's what next question is going to be about what they said to you. What was that plan that they, laid out to you? What did they say of how they envisioned you fitting into the team?
Yeah, so obviously I'm a shooter.
Mhm.
That was my role at Pitt at least, but my goal is to in college be able to score on the three levels and um come in, be able to score. I'm very up tempo player. I can run. I have a lot of grit to me, and I don't say I love defense, but I'm gonna learn to love it. I gotta get better, of course, because at Pitt we played a 2-3 zone. But you know, everything comes with learning, and I'm just really excited for what they have in store, and just to be with the team.
You mentioned being up tempo. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you were at Farragut, didn't you also do track? Weren't you also a very good track athlete there too?
Yeah, yeah. I did almost every sprinting event. I did almost every field event. I just kind of did it all. I was just you know what? I'm gonna just see what we can do. And then we went my 4x4 team ended up going to state and we got third overall. So that was really cool and a really fun experience.
What has it been like? What's the reaction been like from the Farragut community with you, announcing you're coming back? Because I imagine probably your coaches probably reached out. I'm sure you had a lot of people reach out to you to express their excitement about you coming back.
Yeah, it's been so just open arms, so much love. I'm so excited to be around my community and just be in here and be able to come back and help. I've already been back to Farragut High School and seen the girls. It's just been so much fun to be back in the community and see everyone, and everyone's oh my gosh, we're gonna come to the games. I'm oh, this is so fun. I'm just so excited for the community and just being able to be back home with everyone.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you're excited, and it seems like again they're also very excited about having you back, and it's good that makes it's good to go where you're happy. It's good to go where you're wanted, and it seems very clearly like you're wanted by a lot of people to be back here. So that's very good to hear. Avery, you were talking about your game and being a shooter for Pitt, but I'm curious. You mentioned some areas where you kind of want to improve. What's an area or areas of your game that you are excited about being able to hone now under this coaching staff and being at Tennessee?
Just being able to be more aggressive, offensively, like we'll be playing with so many great players surrounding. So now it's not just like, oh, just find your three. Now it's get to the basket. You got your drive, but you also have players on the perimeter that can also, they have a lot of skill and they're going to be able to do so many things with it. So just being able to play in like a big, like, I guess like a lot of talent here. I'm not saying that we didn't have a lot of talent here at Pitt, but like coming to Tennessee and playing with all these amazing players and just being surrounded by that, like, I'm so excited. And defensively, like obviously I'm gonna have to get better, but I'm not scared of it. Like I want to get better. I want to play. I want to see the court. So whatever I have to do that, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm curious, how did you get your nickname of Ace? How'd that come about?
So there's this little league called CBFO, and I played softball at CBFO in Farragut, and we had three Averys on my team. And my best friend Avery Flatford, her dad was the coach, and so she got a nickname, I got a nickname, and then another Avery that went to Bearden High School got a nickname, and mine just ended up sticking, and that's how I got my nickname.
Well, that's a great nickname. I think, Ace, that's just it sounds very powerful. So I think, hopefully, it seems like obviously you're very good at high school. You lived up to the nickname. So I'm hoping, I'm sure you're hoping and Lady Vols fans are hoping you can live up to it here too. And I think you will. I mean, it's a great nickname. Ace Strickland just sounds like a great basketball name. So, well, Avery/Ace, I'm curious about you as not just as a player, but as a person. I'd love to highlight, the players as people too, because I think that's just as important. What are what are your kind of academic goals? What are you studying, and what is your ultimate goal, after a career in basketball does wrap up for you? What is something you want to do after that?
Yeah, so I want to play basketball as long as I can, but afterwards, like I'm going into the school communications and I'm really like into broadcasting and journalism. So like Andrea Carter, like that's the goal, honestly. Or honestly, I'd love to be a coach and come back and be a college coach. I think that'd be so cool just to be back with the people that love the game so much and be able to put so them as well that I love the game. So, either coaching or being a broadcaster, like, that would be great.
Well, you've come to the right school for either one of those. I think actually one of the other new transfers I was able to talk to, I don't think it was Destiny. I'm pretty sure.
Jewel,
Uh, yeah, Jewel, she wants to be a broadcaster too. So have you had a chance to you all have to like talk and everything?
not yet. I know
Okay.
she's been with USA and stuff. I've been watching, rooting her on.
Yeah, yeah. So you got two new teammates that are doing that. You've got Jewel and you've
Yeah,
got Rakia both over there. I mean, how cool is it to be able to see, now, hey, I have two teammates who are out here, representing the US on this stage.
it's so fun. Like, I love following and, like, obviously that's a goal of mine one day, and I just like being able to play with players that are doing what I wanna do, so I'm gonna be getting better every day I'm in that gym.
Yeah, that is for sure. You iron sharpens iron. So yeah, you're playing against the best will make you better. Off the court, what are some things that interest you? What is something that you mentioned coming back and being excited to be around your community? Is there something you want to do now that you're back in Farragut, or what are some interests you have outside of basketball?
Honestly, like I'm really big into my faith and I'm me and my friends have actually made this like Bible study group every I think it's like Wednesday nights this summer. I won't be able to go, but I'll be like on FaceTime and stuff. So I'm really like into that and just being with the community and that sense. And then also sorry, um I love being around sports. I'm a very sporty person, so going and watching all the people that have been like there for me and like just rooting them on is gonna be awesome. And then just being with my family, and I'm just really excited.
Yeah, that was something I was going to bring up too. But one of the reasons why it took us a little bit longer to get this interview set up is because you were just on a mission trip. Do you want to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that?
So at Pitt, we had this thing called Panther Fellowship, and it's just a big group of student athletes from every sport you can think of. And they had the opportunity to send us to the Bahamas this year. And they're like, if you want to go, sign up. And I was like, you know what? Like, that seems really cool. Like, I want to go and I want to serve. So I decided that's what's best for me. And then we spent a week in the Bahamas. We worked on houses, we were in the communities, we played games outside with the kids. We were constantly doing something from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at night every day. So it was just great. And I was so thankful I got to get close with so many people on that trip and also serve the community of the Bahamas.
Well, that is awesome, Avery. I'm glad you get to have that experience. It sounds like it, life-changing experience for you and hopefully for that community you're out there with too. So I'm very glad you got to do that and um, get to do things like that hopefully in the future as well.
Yeah.
Avery, before we wrap up here, is there anything else you want to tell Lady Vol fans? Anything you want to say before we end this interview?
I'm just so excited. I can't wait to get on the court and everyone come out and rep those Vols, those Lady Vols.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure, as you know, Thompson Bowling Arena gets very rowdy
Yeah.
for Lady Vols, and of course, the attendance for Lady Vol games is huge in the women's basketball world. So, yeah, it's going to be it'll be a lot of fun. We're all very excited to watch you play this upcoming season as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on here, and thank you for all of you watching. You can subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Again, Southeastern 14. I'll be doing some more Lady Vol stuff. Maybe Blake and I will probably have an episode here sometime soon talking about all the off-season transfers that the Lady Vols have had, and maybe not done yet. So we'll see. But thank you all so much for tuning in. And again, thank you, Avery. We'll be back sometime in the future with another episode.
Thank you.